good morning to all. I am Aakriti from BBA AKU 6th semester batch 1. I am here to give a presentation in industrial relation. First of all, I would like to thank Pratik sir for giving me this opportunity to stand here. So today I am going to explain industrial relation, industrial dispute, strikes and lockouts. So what is industrial relation? Industrial relation implies to the relationship between the employer and the employee within an organization. Basically, industrial relation consists of two words, industry and relation. Industry refers to the productive capacity within an organization between the employees, and the relation refers to the harmonious relationship among the employees and the employer and between them. So here, industrial relation is defined. Industrial relations or employment relations is the multidisciplinary academic field that studies the employment relationship, that is the complex interrelations between employers and employees, labor, trade, union, etc. So what all industrial relation consists of? There are employers involved, government, employees associations, trade unions, courts and tribunals. Coming to the next slide, what is industrial dispute? First of all, we should start with the objective of industrial relation. So there are some objectives of industrial relations, which are to increase the productive capacity of the organization, to maintain the harmonious relationship within an industry, to establish the industrial peace and to avoid industrial disputes. So what is industrial dispute? An industrial dispute may be defined as a conflict or difference among the workers of opinion between management and workers on the terms of employment. It is a disagreement between an employer and employees representatives, usually a trade union and other working conditions that can result in an industrial action. Basically, Industrial Disputes Act was passed in 1947, and the objective of Industrial Dispute Act is to maintain and secure the industrial peace and harmony by providing machinery and procedure for the investigation and settlement of industrial disputes by negotiations. This act deals with the retrenchment process of the employees, layoff, procedure for layoff, procedure and rules for strike and lockouts of the public. What is strike? What is the legal definition of the strike? So strike is basically the concerted refusal between the employee for which they are just disagreed with the organization or employees. Strike means the partial or complete concerted refusal to work or the retardation or obstruction of work by persons who are or have been employed by the same employer or by different employers, for the purpose of remedying a grievance or resolving any dispute in respect of any matter of mutual interest between them. Here is the example of strike. First of all, we should explain types of strike. There are certain types of strike with which will be aware with their names. First one is the economic strike, which is just happening because of the monetary refusal between the employees. Then after the recognition strike, which happens due to the appraisal demand of the employee. Then after the sympathy strike, which employees are demanding. Then after the next one is the wildcat strike, sit-down strike, go-slow strike and the hunger strike. We all are aware with these, with their names and the definition. The last in between I am explaining just an example of a strike, which is the steel strike. The largest strike in US history was the steel strike of 1959, which was lasted 116 days between July and November of 1959. The strike involved 500,000 workers and members of the United Steel Works of America Union due to a dispute over wages and changes to workplace rule. Here is a picture of that strike where it is the US steel strike in 1959. Then after we are coming to the lockout. What is lockout? Lockout is the weapon of the employees in an organization, and the lockout is the weapon of the employees in an organization, and the lockers under section 2 subsection 1 of the Industrial Dispute Act 1947, the term lockout is defined as according to this definition, it means the temporary closing of work by the employers and the closing of a place of employment or the suspension of work or the refusal by an employer to continue to employ any number of persons employed by him. It is just a temporary refusal of work. During a lockout, managers don't allow workers to come to work until they agree to the company's terms of employment. A lockout is sort of the opposite of strike. So here we can conclude that strike is the weapon of the employee, whether the lockout is the weapon of the employers. That's all from my side in presentation. Thank you to all for listening.